Hi everyone, welcome to the series Blast from the Past from IMS. I'm Dr. Nishant Gupta and we'll be solving some of the questions of the previous year CAPIC. So let's look at the first set. This is the first set on your screen. My advice is you pause the video, try this set and then watch the solution. I hope everyone has tried this. Now let's start the discussion. It says, the year is 2089. Beijing, London, New York and Paris are in contention to host the 2096 Olympics. The eventual winner is determined through several rounds of voting by the members of IOC, with each member representing a different city. All of the 4 cities in contention are also represented by IOC. Now, that means, let's say, in all, there are n people or n cities which are represented in IOC. Out of those n cities, 4 are actually participating: Beijing, London, New York, and Paris. Now, the first information is, in any round of voting, the city receiving the lowest number of votes in that round gets eliminated. The survivor after the last round of voting gets to host the event. So if there are 4 cities participating in this tournament, then in round 1, one of the city will get eliminated. In round 2, the second city will get eliminated. In round 3, the third city will get eliminated and will be left with only one city which will be declared as a winner. Information 2 says, a member is allowed to cast vote for at most 2 different cities in all rounds of voting combined. So in all, one representative can cast vote for 2 different cities in all. Hence, a member becomes ineligible to cast a vote in a given round if both the cities he or she voted for in earlier round are out of contention in that round of voting. Let's understand this in detail. For example, if someone votes for New York in round 1 and New York gets eliminated in round 1, so still he has the right to vote in round 2. Now, in round 2, since New York got eliminated, so that person can vote for either London or Paris or Beijing, which are still in the competition. So this guy can vote for any of the 3. Now, for example, this guy votes for Beijing in round 2 and Beijing also gets eliminated. In that case, the 2 cities which he chose in round 1 and 2 both got eliminated, so he will not be eligible to vote in round 3 now. Next, a member is also ineligible to cast a vote in a round if the city he or she represents is in contention in that round of voting. A person is also not eligible till the time his city is participating in this competition. So in round 1, the 4 cities are participating. So in round 1, other than these 4 cities, all other cities representative will cast their vote. In round 2, the city which got eliminated in round 1, the representative of that city will vote in round 2. Same way, the city which will get eliminated in round 2, the representative of that city will be eligible to vote in round 3. That simply means if the total number of vote cast in round 1 is n, then in round 2 it should be n plus 1 and in round 3 it should be n plus 2. So, next information here is, as long as the member is eligible, he or she must and vote for only one candidate city in any round of voting. So, till the time you have the voting right, you cannot skip voting. You'll have to vote for at least, exactly one city every round. That means if someone is not voting, so there are 2 reasons. Either his or her city is still in the competition, or the voting right of that person got cancelled. And the voting right of the person gets cancelled if the 2 cities selected by him earlier got eliminated. And the 2 cities will get eliminated in 2 rounds. So the voting right of the person will get cancelled only in round 3, if at all it happens. Now, the following incomplete table shows the information on the cities that received the maximum and minimum votes in different rounds. and the number of votes cast in their favor and the total vote that were cast in those rounds. So this is the table given to us. Now we have some more information on this. It says, it is also known that all those who voted for London and Paris in round 1, they continued to vote for the same cities in the subsequent rounds as long as these cities were in contention. So basically, anyone who voted for London and Paris in round 1, they will vote for London and Paris in round 2 as well. And they'll also vote for London and Paris in round 3 as well. Now, it doesn't mean that no one else can vote for London and Paris in round 2 and round 3. Understand it this way. For example, if someone votes for New York in round 1 and New York gets eliminated, then that person can still vote for any other city in round 2. So he can vote for London or Paris or for Beijing. That is a possibility. Okay. So that means these people, those who voted for New York or Beijing or for the cities which got eliminated, can vote for these two cities in the upcoming round. But remember, the reverse is not true. Anyone who voted for London or Paris in round 3, that doesn't necessarily mean they must have voted for London or Paris in round 2 as well. Or anyone who voted for London or Paris in round 2, it is not mandatory they have voted for London or Paris in round 1. Next information here says 75% of those who voted for Beijing in round 1, they voted for Beijing in round 2 as well. So 75% of the voters who voted for Beijing in round 1, they voted for Beijing in round 2 as well. What happened to the remaining 25%? They must have voted for some other city also, because even if the Beijing gets eliminated in round 1, the number of people, those who voted for Beijing in round 1, are still eligible to vote in round 2. So they'll be voting either for Beijing or for some other city. Next information is, those who voted for New York in round 1 voted for either Beijing or Paris in round 2. So that means if New York gets eliminated, then the number of voters who voted for New York in round 1 will either vote for Beijing or Paris, but not for London. Next information is, the difference in the vote cast for two contending cities in the last round was what? So the difference of the number of votes received by the winner and the loser in the last round is what? So there are only two contestants in the last round. So that means the winner must have received one more vote than the loser. 50% of those who voted for Beijing in round 1 voted for Paris in round 2. So since in round 1 New York got eliminated, that means anyone who is voting for Beijing in round 1, they are eligible to vote in round 2 and round 3 as well. Why so? Because even if Beijing gets eliminated in round 2, so the people, those who voted for Beijing in round 1, none of the city gets eliminated for which they have voted. Even if they're voting for Beijing in round 2 or some other city and that gets eliminated, so only one city will get eliminated. So still they have the voting right in round 3. And if out of that 50% are voting for Paris, the remaining 50% will be voting for the London. Now let's make a table. So these are the questions here from this set. Let's make the table for this set. This is given to you in round 1. In round 1, London got maximum votes, that is 30, and New York got 12 votes, and New York must be eliminated in round 1. So in round 2, no one will vote for New York, and also in round 3, no one will vote for New York because it got eliminated in round 1. In round 2, Beijing got eliminated. That means in round 3, no one will vote for Beijing. So the last two cities in round 3 are actually London and Paris. Now, as I told you, the number of votes in round 1, if that is n, the number of votes in round 2 must be n plus 1. Why plus 1? Because the representative of New York, which got eliminated, the city got eliminated in round 1, the representative will get the voting right in round 2. So this one person is the representative of the New York who got the voting right in round 2 only, and the total number of voters now is 83, which means in round 1 there were only 82 voters. Out of these four people are not there. In the next round, these 83 should cast their vote if they're eligible, and there will be one more person, the representative of Beijing. Beijing is getting eliminated in round 2. So this representative of Beijing will get the voting right in round 3. So ideally, in round 3, there should be 84 vote cast. But as given in the table, there are only 75 people, those who are casting their vote in round 3. That means 9 people are not casting their vote. But that is not a choice. It was given till the time someone is eligible to vote, he or she must vote for one city in every round. So that means the 9 people, those who are not voting in round 3, their voting right must have been cancelled. Now, why would the voting right get cancelled? If the 2 cities they selected got eliminated. And which 2 cities got eliminated? New York and Beijing in that particular order. So that means these 9 people actually voted for New York in round 1, and then they voted for Beijing in round 1. Since both the selected cities got eliminated in round 1 and 2 respectively, so their voting right got cancelled. In round 1, 12 people actually voted for New York. So out of those, 9 voted for Beijing. Okay. Where would the remaining 3 go? That we'll discuss. Now, out of 21 votes which Beijing got in round 2, 9 were those people, those who voted for New York in round 1. So we still have the remaining 12. Okay. Also, we know that the total number of vote cast in round 2 is 83, and the total number of vote cast is these happened for only these 3 cities, for London, Paris and Beijing, of which 2 are given. Beijing got 21 votes, Paris got 32 votes, which means London must have received 30 votes. It was given that anyone who is voting for London and Paris in round 1, they will continue to vote for the same cities in the subsequent round. So these 230 people, those who voted for London in round 1, they must have voted for London in round 2. But that does not mean the 32 votes which Paris got in round 2, the 32 people voted for Paris in round 1 also. Because London got the maximum number of votes in round 1, which was 30. So Paris definitely cannot get 32 votes in round 1. Okay. Here is one information which says 75% of those who voted for Beijing in round 1, they voted for Beijing in round 2 as well. So, if X number of people voted for Beijing in round 1, so 75% will vote for Beijing in round 2. Now, 75% of those, 75% of X will be 12. Because out of these 21, 9 are those people, those who voted for New York in round 1. So that means the remaining 12 are the people, those who voted for Beijing in round 1, Beijing in round 1, and then Beijing in round 2 also. Why I am not considering that one guy who didn't have the voting right in round 1 and has the voting right in round 2, why can't that guy vote for Beijing in round 2? Understand? Even if I take that one person, the representative of New York, who got the voting right in round 2, let's say if he votes for Beijing in round 2, then out of these 12, one person will be the representative of New York, and the remaining 11 should be the number of people, those who voted for Beijing in round 1 and round 2. But it was given that 75% of those who voted for Beijing in round 1 voted for Beijing in round 2 as well. 11 is not 75% of any integral value. That is not possible. That means this 12 is 75% of the number of people, those who voted for basing in round 1. That means the number of vote cast for basing in round 1 was 60. If this 12 is 75%, then 100% is 60. Okay. Now in round 1, total vote cast was 82, out of which London got 30, New York got 12, Beijing got 16. That means Paris must have received the remaining 24 votes. Now this 24 becomes 32 in round 2, from where they are getting votes. Now, the 12 people, those who voted for New York in round 1, out of these 12, 9 voted for Beijing in round 2. Later, which got eliminated and their voting right was cancelled. What happened to the remaining 3 people? They voted for Paris. They actually shifted to Paris. Why can't they vote for London? Because London got 30 votes in round 1 and London also got 30 votes in round 2. So there is not any increase in the number of votes received by London in round 2. And we also know that these 30 people are saying those who voted for London in round 1 as well, because it was there, that no one is shifting from there. Now, 24 plus 3 is 27. We still need 5 more votes in order to make it 30. Now, check. Out of 16 people, those who voted for Beijing in round 1, 12 voted for Beijing in round 2. What happened to the remaining 4? Because they are eligible to vote in round 2 also. So that means these 4 must have voted for Paris in round 2. So now 24 plus 3, 27, plus 4, 31. Now we need 1 more vote in order to make it 32. And this 1 vote is the vote of the guy who didn't have the voting right earlier and now got the voting right because his city got eliminated. And this guy is the representative of the New York. So that is how Paris got 32 votes in all. Now, it was given in the third information the difference in the vote cast for 2 contending cities in the last round was 1. In all, the total number of votes in last round was 75. And winner and loser have a difference of 1, which means the winner got 38 votes and the loser must have received 37 votes. So one of London and Paris received 38 votes and the other received 37 votes. Last information says 50% of those who voted for Beijing in round 1 voted for Paris in round 2. First, let's understand these 16 people, those who voted for Beijing in round 1, are they all eligible to vote in round 3? Yes, because the 9 people, those who lost their voting right, actually voted for New York in round 1. And in round 2, they voted for Beijing. So anyone who voted for Beijing in round 1, his voting right must be available. Now, these 16 people will be casting their vote in round 3. And the last information says 50% of those voted for Paris in round 3. So where are the remaining 50% going? The remaining 50% must be voting for London. The 50% of 16 is 8. Which means London received 38 votes. That means Paris should receive 37 votes. Now, if out of 12, 8 people are shifting here, which is 50%, the remaining 4 must be voting for Paris, which is 25%. But this is 25%. And the statement is 50% of those who voted for Beijing in round 1, they voted for Paris in round 3. So from where will we get the remaining 25%? Check. Those 4 people, those who voted for Paris in round 2, shifting from Beijing, were actually 25% of the people, those who voted for Beijing in round 1. So actually, these 50% people did not shift at once. 25% shifted in round 2 and the remaining 25% actually shifted in round 3. But still, 32 plus 4 is 36. We need one more vote. Who is that person? That is the guy who was representing Beijing. So the representative of Beijing must have voted for Paris in round 3. That is how Paris got 37 votes. So I hope this data is clear. Let's discuss the question. So the first question here is, what percentage of members from among those who voted for New York in round 1 voted for Beijing in round 2? So how many voted for New York in round 1? 12 people. Out of these, how many voted for Beijing in round 2? These 9 people. These 9 people. So 9 people out of 12 is actually 75%. So that means answer option 4 is the right answer. Now, the second question. It is a direct question. What is the number of vote cast for Paris in round 1? As you can see this from the table, 24 people voted for Paris in round 1. Option 4 is the right answer. Next question from the same set. What percentage of members from among those who voted for Beijing in round 2 and were eligible to vote in round 3? How many voted for Beijing in round 2? In all 12. But how many of these were actually eligible to vote in round 3? These 9 lost their voting right. So the remaining 12 had the voting right. So that means they're talking about these 12 people, those who voted for Beijing in round 2 and were eligible to vote in round 3 as well. So out of these 12, how many voted for London? So out of these 12, 4 voted for Paris and the remaining 8 voted for London. So 8 out of 12 is actually 66.66%. That means answer option 4 here is the right answer. The next question from the set is, which of the following statement must be true? The first statement is, IOC member from New York must have voted for Paris in round 2. Yes, the IOC member from New York actually voted for Paris in round 2. So statement 1 here is true. The second statement is, IOC member from Beijing voted for London in round 3. No, actually the IOC member from Beijing voted for Paris in round 3. So this statement is false. Question was, which of the following statement must be true? Only statement 1. Let's discuss the set 2 here. So, before you watch the recording, my suggestion is try this set on your own, pause the video, try this set. I hope you must have tried this by now. Let's discuss this. 5 friends meet every morning at Sagar Ratna restaurant for an idli vada breakfast. Each consumes a different number of idlis and vada, and the number of idlis consumed are 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, while the number of vadas consumed are 0, 1, 2, 4, and 6. Below are some more facts about who eats what and how much. The first information here is, the number of vadas eaten by Ignesh is 3 times the number of vadas consumed by the person who eat 4 idlis. Now, this kind of statement are generally very confusing statement. But if you break these statements in parts, you will be able to draw the conclusion very easily from them. Second statement, 3 persons, including the one who eat 4 vadas, eat without chutney. Next, Sandeep does not take any chutney. The one who eat 1 idli a day does not eat any vada or chutney. Further, he is not Mukesh. Fifth information, Daljit eat idli with chutney and also eat vada. Mukesh, who does not take any chutney, eat half as many vadas as the person who eat twice as many idlis as he does. Last statement, Bimal eat two more idlis than Ignesh, but Ignesh eat two more vadas than Bimal. So let's look at the questions first. What kind of questions are given to us? So there are three questions based on this set. First, which of the following statement is true? Which of the following statement is true? And the third question is also which of the following statements is true. So let's arrange this data in form of a table. So when we get this kind of question, we generally make a table like this, where we'll be writing their name, idli, vada, chutney, and we are making one column for remark. Ideally, you should not start this kind of question by writing the name. We generally start this kind of question with a variable which is most talked about. So here, if you look at the first statement, it says the number of vadas eaten by Ignesh is 3 times the number of vadas consumed by someone. Okay, so we are keeping it till here. So number of vadas eaten by Ignesh is 3 times the number of vadas eaten by someone. Which number of vadas can be 3 times of the some other number of vadas? Now, if you look at the number of vadas consumed by these 5 people are 0, 1, 2, 4 and 6, which means Ignesh must have consumed 6 vadas. Ignesh must have consumed 6 vadas, which is thrice the number of vadas consumed by someone. So that person for whom we are talking here must have consumed 2 vadas, and this person eat 4 idlis. So actually, there is someone who ate 4 idlis and 2 vadas. Second observation is 3 person, including the one who eat 4 vadas, eat without chutney. So there are 3 people who does not take chutney. Only 2 people will be taking chutney. So there will be 2 people who will be taking chutney, and the person who is eating 4 vadas does not take any chutney. So let's write 4 here, and this guy does not take any chutney. Next, Sandeep does not take any chutney. That doesn't mean this person is Sandeep, because there are 3 people who do not take chutney. Next information, the one who eat 1 idli a day does not eat any vada or chutney. Further, he is not Mukesh. So there is someone who eat 1 idli a day, but he does not eat any vada. So definitely that guy is not from these 3 people, because these 3 people are eating 6, 2 and 4 vada. So there is someone who eat 1 idli, 0 vada and no chutney. And he is not Mukesh. So in remarks, I'm writing here that this person is not Mukesh. Next information is Daljit eat idli with chutney and also vada. So which means this person cannot be Daljit, because he is not taking any chutney, and this guy is also not Daljit, because Daljit take all 3 things. Before we take the second last statement, let's first read the last statement. Now, if you look at the number of vadas, we have already assigned 0, 2, 4 and 6. So the number of vadas left is 1. Okay. It says Bimal eat 2 more idlis than Ignesh. Bimal eat 2 more idlis than Ignesh, but Ignesh eat 2 more vadas than Bimal. Ignesh is eating 6 vadas, which is 2 more than Bimal, which means Bimal must be eating 4 vadas. So Bimal must be this guy who is eating 4 vadas. And it is also given that Bimal eat 2 more idlis than Ignesh. Now number of idlis which are left here are 5, 6 and 8. If Ignesh eats 5 idlis, then Bimal should eat 7 idlis, but no one is eating 7 idlis. If Ignesh eats 6 idlis, then Bimal should eat 8 idlis. Yeah, these two numbers are available to us. Can Ignesh eat 8 idlis? That's not possible because Bimal is eating 2 more idlis than Ignesh. So if Ignesh eats 8 idlis, then Bimal should eat 10 idlis and no one is consuming 10 idlis. So that means the only possibility here is that Ignesh eats 6 idlis and Bimal eats 8. The last number which is left here is the 5. So the person who eats 5 idlis actually consumes 1 vada. Now the second last statement was Mukesh, who does not take chutney, eat half as many vadas as the person who eats twice as many idlis as he does. So Mukesh is eating half the number of vadas consumed by someone, and that person is eating twice the number of idlis consumed by Mukesh. So basically Mukesh is eating both the things half than that guy. So in which case we can take the half of that. By looking at the table, you can see that the second person can be Mukesh because he is eating half the number of idlis than someone and also eating this half number of vadas than Bimal. So that means Mukesh is the second person here who is eating half the number of idlis than Bimal, and Bimal is eating twice the number of vadas than Mukesh. And Mukesh is not taking any chutney. That means this is not taking any chutney. Now, this guy cannot be Daljit because Daljit takes everything. Also, we know that only 3 people are not taking chutney. The remaining 2 will be taking chutney. That means Ignesh is taking chutney and the last person is also taking chutney. And we know that Daljit is the one who is taking idli, vada and chutney. So the last person must be Daljit. And this remaining guy should be Sandeep. So that is how we complete this table. Now let's mark the questions one by one. The first question here is, which one of the following statement is true? The first statement is, Daljit eat 5 idlis. Yes, Daljit actually eats 5 idlis. So statement 1 is correct. Answer option 1 is the right answer. Second question from the same set is, which of the following statement is true? First statement, Sandeep eats 2 vadas. No, Sandeep actually eats 0 vadas. So this is not correct. Mukesh eats 4 vadas. Mukesh eats 4 idlis and 2 vadas. This is also false. Ignesh eats 6 vadas. That is correct. Ignesh is eating 6 idlis and 6 vadas. So this is true. Let's check the fourth one also. Bimal eat 2 vadas. No, Bimal actually eat 4 vadas. So the remaining 3 were wrong and Ignesh eat 6 vadas is the right answer. Next question from the same set. Which of the following statement is true? Now the first statement here is, Mukesh eats 8 idlis and 4 vadas but no chutney. No, actually Mukesh eats 4 idlis, not 8. So this is false. Second statement, the person who eats 5 idlis and 1 vada does not take any chutney. Now, the person who eats 5 idlis and 1 vada actually takes chutney. So this is also a false statement. Next, the person who eats equal number of vadas and idli also take chutney. So there is only one person who is eating equal number of vadas and chutney, and that is Ignesh. And Ignesh here is taking 6 idlis, 6 vadas and chutney. So that means statement 3 is true. So these were the 3 questions from the set. Let's discuss set 3. Again, my suggestion is, guys, pause the video, try this set on your own. I hope you must have tried this by now. So let's discuss this set. Recently, the answer of a test held nationwide were leaked to a group of unscrupulous people. The investigative agency have arrested the mastermind and 9 other people, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I, in this matter. Interrogating them, the following facts have been obtained regarding their operation. Initially, the mastermind obtained the correct answer key. All the other created their answer key in the following manner. They obtained the answer key from one or two people who already possess the same. These people are called his or her sources. So you can copy it from one person or you can copy it from 2%. So if you are copying it from 1% or 2%, these people are called your sources. If the person has 2 sources, then he or she compares the answer key obtained from both the sources. If the key to a question from both the sources is identical, it is copied. Otherwise, it is left blank. So if you are copying from 2 sources and you get the same answer for the same question, then you'll copy it. If you are getting 2 different answers for the same question, then you'll skip it. Then it is left blank. If the person has only one source, then he or she copies the source's answer into his or her copy. So if you are copying it from only one source, so whatever is written in the sources sheet, you'll be copying it from there. Finally, each person compulsorily replace one of the answers. So everyone is replacing just one answer, not a blank one, with a wrong answer in his or her answer. So basically, everyone will replace exactly one question in their sheet from the source, and that will be a wrong answer then. The paper contained 200 questions, so the investigative agencies have ruled out the possibilities of 2 or more of them introducing the wrong answer to the same question. So out of 200 questions, everyone will be introducing the wrong answer to a different question. Now, the investigative agency has a copy of the correct answer key and has tabulated the following data. These data represent question number. So what they have given us? They have given us the name, the wrong answer they have marked, and the number of the answers which are left blank. So this is the data given to us. Now, these are the questions from the set on your screen. Let's solve this data. As I already told you, if someone, imagine, is copying from the mastermind, so he'll not be leaving any blank answer because his source has all 100 answers. And since he is copying only from one source, so whatever is written there in the mastermind's answer key, they'll be copying it, except the one answer which they intentionally marking wrong. Okay, so let's write this data like this. So let's say this is mastermind. This is mastermind. And let's find those people, those who are marking only one wrong answer and not leaving any blank answer. So they must be doing it from the source. So A is one such person who marked one wrong answer. D is one such guy who marked one wrong answer. And G is one person who marked only one wrong answer and did not leave any question. So that means these 3 people are actually copying from mastermind. So D, A, and G. Which answer they are marking wrong? D marked 17 wrong. A marked 46 question wrong. And G marked 25th question wrong. Now imagine if someone is copying only from D, then his 17 question will be wrong because he is copying only from one source, so he will be copying all the answers. And he will mark one answer wrongly, intentionally, and it would be different than the 70. So his two answers will be wrong, and he will not leave any question blank here. Now, let's see, is there any person who is marking two answers wrong and not leaving any question blank? As we can see, E is one guy who marked two answers wrongly and not leaving any blank answer, and he marked 46 and 90 wrong. This can happen when this guy is copying from someone who has already marked one of these two answers as wrong answer. So 46 was made wrong by A. So that means the source of E must be A. So we can write it like this. So if E is copying from A, that means his 46 answer will be wrong. And he is introducing one more wrong answer, which is 90. Also, if you look at F actually also marked left two questions, so we are not considering that. H we are taking first because H is also the guy who marked two answers wrongly and is not leaving any blank answer. So which means H is also copying from one source, and that source must be A, because A also marked 46 wrong. So 46 will be wrong because his source marked it wrong, and 92 he must have marked wrong. Okay, so we are already done with A, we are already done with D, G, H and E. Okay, now if you look at the B, what is B doing here? B is leaving 46, 90 and 25. Why would anyone leave answers unattempted or blank answers? There is a simple reason. Either the source has left these answers blank, or he has more than one sources and he is getting different answers for these questions. Now we have no one who has left these three questions blank. In fact, till now we didn't find any person who is leaving any answer blank. So who can be that guy? If we take these questions 46, 90 and 25, that they'll get two different answers. Now, by looking at the graph here, you'll see if someone copies from G and E. So, if someone copies from G and E, so G got 25th question wrong, but E did not get 25th wrong. So, he'll leave the 25th question because he's getting two different answers. Same way, E got 46 and 90 wrong, whereas G did not get those questions wrong. So that means he'll leave these two questions. And B is introducing only one wrong answer, that is 96, which he was supposed to do intentionally. So that means the sources of B must be E and G. Sources of B must be E and G. Now look at F. F left 92 and 90 blank, and he got 46 and 14 wrong. Now looking at the information, you'll see that if someone copies from G, E and H, if someone copies from E and H, so this question number 46 will be wrong because both of them got the wrong answer. Okay, so and the source was same. They are copying it from A, so they must have copied it same. So this anyone who will copy from these two people will also get this answer wrong. But H got 92 wrong, whereas E got it right. E got 90 wrong, H got 90 right. So the person who will be copying from these two sources will get two different answers for these two questions. So he will leave these two questions. So he'll leave 90 and 92. And since everyone is supposed to introduce one wrong answer, so the wrong answer this guy will be introducing is 40. So F is actually copying from H and E. This is also done. Now among C and I, if you see, I is marking only one wrong answer. Okay. And he is leaving 17, 46 and 90. So we need someone that either who left 17, 46 and 90 blank, or we are getting two different answers for these questions. Now D is the person who actually marked 17 wrong, and E is the guy who marked 46 and 90 wrong. So if someone copies from D and E, then he'll be getting different answers for question number 17, 46 and 90. So he'll leave these questions 17, 46 and 90. He'll leave blank and he'll introduce at least one answer wrong, which I is doing here. So I actually introduced 27 wrong. Now if you look at C, C actually got 27 wrong, 56 wrong, and he's also leaving the same number of questions which I left. So which means C is actually copying it from I only. So the only source of C should be I. Okay. So C will leave 17, 46 and 90. And he will mark 27 wrong because his source marked it wrong. And there's one more answer which he was supposed to mark wrongly. That will be 50. So that is how we make this statement. Now let's mark the answers for the questions. Which among the following must have two sources? So we already made a diagram like this. Option 1 says A. A only has one source. So this is not the answer. Option 2 says B. Yeah, B has two sources. One is A, the other is G. So, option 2 is the right answer. The second question from the set is, how many people, excluding the mastermind, needed to make the answer key before C could make his answer key? Now, again, from the diagram we can see, before C, I need to make the answer key. And for I, E need to make the answer key and D need to make the answer key. And for E, A needs to make the answer. So basically, these four people need to make the answer key before C. So option 3 here is the right answer. Next question. Both G and H were sources to. Both G is here, H is here, were sources to none. Actually, B and G were not the common source for anyone. So answer here is option 4. The next question here is, which of the following statement is true? Again, this is the data. Option 1. C introduced the wrong answer to question number 27. No, C marked the wrong 27 wrong, but he actually copied it from I. So he did not introduce 27 as a wrong answer. E introduced the wrong answer to the question number 46. Again, E marked 46 wrong, but he copied it from A, who marked it wrong. So he also not introduced this one. F introduced the wrong answer to question number 14. So F marked two answers wrong, One is 46, the other is 40. 46 he marked wrong because the sources marked wrong. So F introduced 14 as a wrong answer. So option 3 is the right answer. The next question here is, which of the following two groups of people have identical sources? Now, by looking at the diagram here, we can answer A, D, and G. All three had the same source, that is mastermind. Also, E and H has the same source, that is A, which means both the statement here are correct. The question was, which of the following two group of people had identical sources? Both the group had identical group of sources. So option 4 here is the right answer. So this was the last question of this set, guys. Thank you.